What's up YouTube, it's Reese from Manga and welcome to part 3 of this 3-part Ippo review with chapter 1014, The Man Who Knows Ricardo. And you know what, this chapter, basically to sum it up, it leaves you with a smile, you know. I was just smiling at the end of this. So couple things with this chapter basically. First thing is that Itagaki is studying up on Imai, and this kind of spoke to me a bit because obviously he seems like so calm in chapter 10-12. You know, just like, oh yeah, this isn't nothing, but it kind of shows that it has completely been playing on his mind, kind of thing, you know. But from the sounds of it, it seems that like Imai's been getting kind of sloppy in his fights. I'm not too sure why. It's like Itagaki was saying like, oh yeah, he was like taking a lot of blows, he ended up going for a lot of dual exchanges and all that. And if I remember rightly, I think Ippo did go through a little phase of that kind of thing, you know, where he's just trying to like go in as hard as he can and it just really wasn't working. So it could either mean like one of two things here, you know, either Imai's actually getting like proper sloppy and he is getting actually worse, kind of thing. You know, not even two, a few actually. It could be that. Another thing could be maybe it's a whole tactic. Maybe he knows Itagaki's going to be watching these, so he's going to be purposely doing worse, kind of thing, just to put him off. Or maybe it could be like, you know, what happened with Itagaki near the very beginning. You know, he was obviously kind of sloppy because he was kind of evolving in a way. So maybe the same thing's happening to Imai. I don't know, you know. But either way, this fight is going to be crazy. You know, it is going to be one crazy ass rematch. So yeah, final point, which is a part which pretty much made me smile a lot in this chapter. We get like a little bit of back and forth between Alfredo and Ricardo. Basically, Alfredo's calling him up, just like, you know what, you know the guy I'm fighting next, isn't it? Makanouchi Ippo. If I beat him, you know, I'm gonna, can I take you on for the title again? And he's just like, Ricardo's basically just like, who's Ippo? I don't know who that is. Oh, he's just like, oh, that was a guy who you had a little sparring match in Japan with. He's like, I've had a lot of sparring matches, you know, kind of just like being really cold and being an arse. And it's like, okay, you know, at that point there you're thinking like, what the hell? Why is this guy such an asshole? He didn't seem like that before. It's like, sure, he was like really quiet and that, but didn't expect to be an asshole. So anyway, yeah, after he hangs up, his trainer comes along, just like, you know, to Ricardo, just like, do you really not remember him? You know, it's like, and then this is the part here. This is the part which made me smile. Basically, it's just like, yeah, of course I remember him. He was a Japanese guy who like he was gunning for the title, and he came out with a Dempsey role. So yeah, that's what made me smile a lot. Basically, he remembers him just for the sole fact that it was a Dempsey role. And obviously, if you remember right from back then, second he saw that, it's just like, wow, someone in Japan can use this. Makes me, you know, he seemed really proper interested in him since then. So I'm kind of happy to see that he's so kind of remembering of him. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, you know what I mean? He kind of just like, yeah, he remembers him. He's stuck in his head. So yeah, bit about Alfredo basically. He's kind of like the whole apprentice type thing to Ricardo himself. You know, he's kind of mimicked his style, which makes sense considering how Ippo said at the very beginning, just like, oh yeah, there's one thing I've noticed is that he has the same type of attack stance as Ricardo type thing. So that makes, this is kind of like coming back to a whole this is kind of like a little flashback thing to remember when Ippo was going to fight Date for the first time. He fought his little apprentice guy to become ranked 5th before the A-class tournament. It's kind of like a repeat of that, you know. So hopefully history doesn't repeat itself there. Hopefully, you know, Ippo won't beat the student and then lose to the master, because I don't know, man, Ippo with 2 black stars on his thing. Sure, they're against like proper strong people, but still, who knows what's gonna happen next. So yeah, rating wise on this chapter, for the sole fact left me smiling, I'm going with 8 out of 10. Enjoyed it thoroughly. But you know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Also enjoy the video, give it a little thumbs up, really does help Ippo, and just let me know what you think about Ippo in general anyway. So yeah, that there ends all 3 parts of this the chapters that come out today. Hopefully they don't release them in such quick succession again. It's quite frustrating. But yeah guys, don't forget to check out the channel for more content, and I'll see you soon.